My name is Emily. I'm 32, and I've been married to my husband, Marcus, for 8 years. We have a 4-year-old son named Noah, and I teach second grade at an elementary school in our town. Nothing fancy. We live a normal, quiet life, or at least, I thought we did. Marcus has always worked nights. When we met, he told me he had a job at a local factory, doing night shifts. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid well enough, and he seemed proud of it. He would come home tired, but happy. I didn't ask too many questions, because honestly, I trusted him. He was always there for me. Every birthday, every holiday, every parent-teacher meeting. I thought we had something real. Our relationship wasn't perfect. What relationship is? But we didn't fight much. We made things work. He'd kiss me goodbye before heading off to work around 9 p.m., and I'd stay home with Noah. I'd get up early, take our son to preschool, go to school myself, come home, cook, clean, and just do life. I thought we were a team. A tired team, but a team. But lately, things started to feel off. It wasn't obvious at first. Just small things. He started using cologne, like strong cologne. He'd never cared about that kind of stuff before. Then, he got a new haircut. Not a big deal, right? But it was cleaner, tighter, more styled than usual. He said a co-worker recommended the barber, so I didn't think much of it. Then he started working extra shifts. Like, a lot of them. He said they were short-staffed at the factory, and they were offering double pay for night hours. And we do need the money. Preschool isn't cheap, and I've been paying off student loans forever. So I was happy he was being responsible. I was proud, even. I told my friends, yeah, Marcus is really stepping up. He's been working like crazy for us. Now I just feel stupid for saying that. One night, I was scrolling through Instagram on the couch. Noah was asleep, the house was quiet, and I just wanted to zone out before bed. I came across a story that one of my old friends posted. She's wild, always at clubs, bachelorette parties, all that. I usually skip her stuff, but I accidentally tapped on it. It was a short clip. Blurry. Flashing lights. Loud music. A group of women screaming. A man was dancing in the middle, shirtless. His body was oiled up, and he was grinding against some woman's lap. Everyone was laughing, throwing money at him. At first, I cringed and almost tapped out. But then, something stopped me. He had a tattoo on his left shoulder. A very specific one. A phoenix wrapped around a clock. That's Marcus's tattoo. I stared at it for a full minute. I even replayed the video over and over, zooming in. I felt cold. Like, literally cold. Like all the blood drained from my body. It couldn't be him. It shouldn't be him. Marcus doesn't dance. He doesn't even like clubs. He's a night shift factory worker. A dad. My husband. But I knew that tattoo. I've kissed that tattoo. I DM'd my friend and asked, where was this taken? She replied instantly, some club downtown. Bachelorette night. Why? I didn't reply. I couldn't. I sat there for an hour, just staring at my phone. My hands were shaking. My stomach hurt. It felt like I couldn't breathe. I wanted to believe there was some explanation. Maybe he was doing it as a joke. Maybe it was a one-time thing. Maybe. I don't even know. But I couldn't sleep that night. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling until 3 a.m., waiting for him to come home. When he did, I listened. I didn't say anything yet. He came in, dropped his jacket, kissed my forehead like everything was normal, and went to shower. That's when I noticed something else. He didn't smell like the factory anymore. He smelled like sweat and perfume. Like women's perfume. I didn't say anything that night. I was scared. Scared of what I might find out if I asked. Scared of how I'd even begin to explain this to our son. Or my co-workers. Or my students' parents if this ever got out. I didn't sleep at all. The next morning, after he left again for work, I went back to my messages and found the original video. Then I searched the club's page, looked at tagged posts, and found 2 more clips of him. Same moves. Same outfit. Same tattoo. It wasn't just one night. It was a routine. And now, I don't know what to do. I haven't confronted him yet. But I'm going to. I just don't know how. I couldn't take it anymore. I had been sitting with this secret for 2 full days, and every minute felt heavier than the last. I tried to keep things normal, for Noah's sake mostly. I still got him dressed, packed his lunch, walked him to preschool like I always do. I even smiled at other parents like everything was fine. But it wasn't fine. My head was spinning. Every time I looked at Marcus, all I could think about was that video. Those videos. That tattoo. That woman's hands on his chest. The way he moved. The way he smiled. It was like watching a version of him I had never met before. And that messed me up. I kept thinking, how long has he been doing this? How did I not notice? Why didn't he just tell me the truth? What hurts the most isn't even the stripping. It's the lying. He looked me in the face every day and pretended like he was clocking into a factory. He let me stress over bills while he was out there grinding on bachelorettes. And he never thought I'd find out? Or did he just not care? Anyway, I had to confront him. I couldn't pretend anymore. That night, I waited. I didn't go to bed. I sat on the couch in my robe, with the video saved on my phone. I was shaking, but I told myself, you deserve answers. You're not crazy. He came home around 2:15 a.m., same routine. Quietly opened the door, kicked his boots off, tossed his hoodie onto the chair like he always did. He didn't even look surprised to see me awake. Hey, he said, rubbing his eyes. Why are you still up? I stared at him. Where were you tonight, Marcus? He blinked. Work. What do you do at work? I asked. He gave me this weird little smile like I was joking. You know what I do. Say it. He paused. I manage logistics on the night shift. I nodded slowly. Then I picked up my phone, opened Instagram, and played the video. The one where he's shirtless, dancing, collecting dollar bills with his mouth. The one with the same phoenix tattoo on his shoulder. His face changed instantly. I turned the volume up, just in case he thought I was showing him something random. The music, the screams, the flashing lights. There was no denying it. He stepped back. What is this? I said nothing. I just stared at him and waited. Emily, that's not, he started, but then he stopped. He knew the lie wouldn't work. I asked him again, how long, Marcus? He looked away. It's not what you think. I almost laughed. It's exactly what I think. There was this heavy silence between us. I could hear the fridge humming, the baby monitor buzzing quietly from Noah's room. And then he just shrugged. I needed money, he mumbled. Factory shut down months ago. What? I didn't know how to tell you. Okay, he snapped. You've been stressing about your loans, about daycare, groceries, the car. I was trying to help. By lying to me for months. I asked. By taking your clothes off for drunk women in nightclubs while I'm home feeding our child. You don't understand, Emily. Then make me understand. I was crying now, and I hated that I was crying. I wanted to be angry, to scream, to throw something. But all I could feel was this deep, tired ache in my chest. The kind that doesn't go away after one fight. He ran his hand through his hair and muttered, "It's just dancing." It's not just dancing when you have to lie to your wife and hide it from your family. You've been coming home with cash in your shoes and glitter on your neck. What the hell, Marcus? That's when he completely shut down. He picked up his hoodie and keys and headed for the door. Where are you going? I asked. He didn't even look back. I need space. Are you serious? You lied to me for months and now you need space. He opened the door. I'll come back tomorrow. And just like that, he left. I stood there frozen, holding my phone, my heart racing. He didn't apologize. He didn't explain. He just walked out. I stayed up until sunrise. I didn't sleep at all. I kept thinking about Noah. What do I tell him when he asks where Daddy went? Do I lie too? Do I cover for him like I always have? And what about me? Am I supposed to pretend this never happened? Pretend that my husband didn't build a second life behind my back? I haven't told anyone yet. Not even my sister. I'm scared they'll judge me. I'm scared they'll say it's my fault somehow. That I wasn't enough. That this is what I get for marrying someone without real ambition, like my mom always said. But deep down, I know this isn't about ambition. It's about trust. And I don't know if we have any left. The next morning, I woke up on the couch with a blanket barely hanging over my legs and a knot in my stomach. It wasn't just from the way Marcus walked out, it was everything. The lies, the video, the silence, the fact that I still didn't know what to do. Noah came into the living room with his little teddy bear and climbed into my lap. He touched my face gently and asked, "Mommy, why are your eyes red?" I just smiled and said, "Mommy didn't sleep well, baby. That's all." But inside, I was screaming. That day, I called in sick. I couldn't go to school and pretend to sing the days of the week with my class like nothing had happened. I needed space too. I needed time to think. But thinking just made it worse. Because every time I thought about Marcus, I remembered the way he looked in that video, like a stranger. Confident. Wild. Like someone I never met. And yet, that's the same man who brought me soup when I had the flu. Who cried when Noah was born. Who used to hold me at night like he never wanted to let go. How do you hold both versions of someone in your mind? I ended up calling my best friend, Jenna. We've been friends since college. She knows everything. Well, she used to. I hadn't told her anything yet because honestly, I didn't know how. When I finally did, there was silence on the other end of the line. Then she said, "Wait. Marcus is a what now?" I told her everything. The video, the denial, him walking out. "Girl, I don't even know what to say," she said. "You sure it's him?" "He has the same tattoo, Jenna." Okay. Wow." She paused for a while, then added, "Honestly, if it were me, I'd pack his stuff so fast, the door would hit him on the way out." I half laughed. It's not that easy. You have a child together, I get that. But Emily, he lied to you. 4 months. He created a whole other life. That's not just stripping, that's deception. I nodded, even though she couldn't see me. I need time, I said. Then I called my mom. That one was harder. She's the kind of person who never liked Marcus all that much, even from the beginning. She always said he lacked vision. And every time I defended him, she would just nod and say, "Okay, Emily, it's your life." This time, though, when I told her, she didn't say "I told you so." Instead, she just sighed and said, "Baby, I'm so sorry." That made me cry again. "I feel like such an idiot," I told her. 8 years, Mom. How did I not know? "Because you trusted him," she said gently. "And that's not a bad thing. That's what marriage is supposed to be." She told me I could come stay at her place with Noah for a while. I said I'd think about it. But I couldn't make a decision. I didn't want to run. I didn't want to leave my own house. And part of me was still hoping Marcus would come back and say something, anything, that would make this make sense. But he didn't. That whole day, no text. No call. Nothing. I kept replaying the confrontation in my head. The way he just walked out. Like I was the one who hurt him. The audacity of that still blows my mind. I thought about what Jenna said. About packing his stuff. Kicking him out. I even walked to the closet and stared at his side for a while, thinking maybe I'd start with his jackets. But my hands didn't move. What if I act too fast and regret it later? What if Noah grows up and asks why I couldn't forgive his dad? But then again, what kind of example am I setting if I let Marcus lie to me and still stay? I couldn't make sense of it. 1 minute, I was angry enough to burn everything he owns. The next, I was missing the way he used to kiss me goodbye before leaving for his so-called night shifts. That night, I made Noah dinner and read him his favorite bedtime story. After he fell asleep, I sat on the floor next to his bed and just cried silently into my hands. I felt like I was living someone else's life. Like this couldn't really be happening to me. When I finally got up and walked into our room, my room now, I saw Marcus' wedding ring on the dresser. That's when it hit me. He left the ring behind. I don't know if it was a message or just something he forgot. But either way, it felt like a door had closed. And I didn't know whether to open it back up or keep it shut for good. Everyone around me had advice. Jenna said ditch him. My mom said take space. My co-workers, the ones I told, said go to therapy. But no one could tell me how to stop feeling like my entire life had been one big, stupid lie. I stared at that ring for what felt like hours. My phone buzzed a few times, but I didn't check it. I didn't want more opinions. I didn't want more noise. I just wanted to know what was real. And the truth is, I still don't. It had been 3 days since Marcus left the house. 3 days of silence. 3 days of trying to smile through breakfast with Noah, pretending everything was normal. 3 days of me randomly checking the driveway like some lost part of me might show up in his truck. But then, on the 3rd night, just after I'd put Noah to sleep, I heard the front door unlock. My heart dropped. I stood in the hallway, frozen, watching as Marcus walked in like he'd just gone out to buy milk or something. His face was calm, too calm. Like he'd rehearsed it. He closed the door quietly behind him and took off his boots. No greeting. No explanation. Just walked right past me like nothing had happened. I followed him into the kitchen. Really? I said, arms folded. That's how you come back? He turned around slowly. Emily, I needed space. Space. I almost laughed. Marcus, you lied to me for how long? Months? Years? And your response is to go silent and disappear. He sat down at the table, rubbing his temples. Look, I know I messed up. But I didn't know how to face you. I didn't want to fight. Oh, we're past the point of avoiding a fight, I said. You lied about working at that factory every night. I trusted you. I built a life with you. And then I see a video of you online, dancing half naked in front of strangers like we're just roommates who split bills. He raised his voice slightly. It's not like I'm cheating on you, Emily. It's just dancing. It's money. Oh my God. I shook my head. Don't say that. Don't minimize this like it's nothing. You lied. Repeatedly. That's the betrayal. He stood up now. I did it because we needed more money, okay? Things were tight. Noah's preschool. Your car needed repairs. I didn't want to put that stress on you. So you put it on yourself and on our marriage instead. I snapped. How does that make any sense? There was a long silence. Then I pulled out my phone. I didn't want to do this, I said quietly. But you keep acting like I'm overreacting. Like I'm making this up in my head. So here. I hit play. The video loaded. That same stupid TikTok. The one with the slow motion zoom and the dollar bills flying in the air. The spotlight. His tattoo. His grin. Marcus watched himself on screen for maybe 10 seconds. Then he looked at me. I can't believe you're showing me this, he muttered. I had to. Because you're lying to my face, Marcus. He turned around, grabbed his keys off the counter. "Where are you going?" I asked, voice cracking. He didn't answer. "Marcus." He paused near the door and finally said, "I'm not ready to talk about this." "Then why the hell did you come back?" "I came to grab some things," he mumbled, and walked out. I stood there, completely still. The only sound was the video still playing softly from my phone, that stupid song echoing in the background. I wanted to scream. How could someone I knew so well feel like a complete stranger overnight? That night, I didn't sleep. I stayed up writing things in my notes app, questions, thoughts, possible things to say next time he came back. I wrote down, "Why didn't you just tell me?" at least 3 times. In the morning, I called in sick again. I couldn't deal with a classroom full of kids when my whole world was falling apart. Jenna came over with coffee. As soon as she saw my face, she set the cups down and hugged me. "He came back, she asked. I nodded. "Just to get his stuff." I showed him the video, and he walked out. "Coward," she muttered. "You deserve better." I didn't answer. Because honestly, I didn't know what I deserved anymore. Was I supposed to throw away 8 years over this? Was I supposed to fight for my marriage? Or was I just afraid to be alone? Later that day, Noah asked where Daddy was. I told him, Daddy had to go take care of something. And then I went to the bathroom and cried in the shower for half an hour. I kept thinking about all the nights he said he was tired from the factory. How I'd make him tea, rub his shoulders. I used to feel sorry for him, thinking his job was so physically demanding. Meanwhile, he was at some club, probably surrounded by women cheering him on while I was folding laundry and feeding our son. I felt humiliated. Not just because of what he did, but because I believed him for so long. Because I defended him. Because I thought we had a solid, quiet little life. And maybe we still could have. If he had just told me the truth. But now, I didn't know how to trust anything he said again. The house felt empty and loud all at once. Noah asked about his dad every day. I'd smile and tell him Marcus was just busy, but inside, I was breaking. Then, one late afternoon, I heard the door open again. Marcus was back. He didn't look the same as last time. There was no bravado, no calm mask. He looked tired, worn out like someone who's been carrying a heavy weight for too long. He didn't say anything at first. Just stood in the doorway, watching me. I wanted to run away. Hide. Pretend none of this was happening. But I stayed. Finally, he spoke. "Emily, can we talk?" His voice was soft, almost breaking. I nodded. We sat at the kitchen table. Noah was asleep upstairs. For a moment, everything felt still, like the world had shrunk down to just the 2 of us. "I'm sorry," Marcus started. "I never meant to hurt you. I thought I was protecting you, protecting our family." "By lying?" I asked, my voice trembling. He looked down. "I was scared. I didn't want you to think less of me. I didn't want to lose what we have." I swallowed hard. "But it's not just about you, Marcus. It's about me. About Noah. About what this means for our life." He nodded slowly. "I know." I wanted to believe him. I wanted to forgive him. But at the same time, I felt so scared. Scared of what people would say at school if they found out the truth about my husband. Scared of the whispers at church. Scared for Noah. What would his friends' parents think? Would I be judged? Would I lose respect? I looked at Marcus and then at the ring he hadn't taken with him. "I don't know if I can go back to how things were," I said honestly. "But I also don't know if I can start over." He reached across the table and took my hand gently. "Whatever you decide, I'll support you." That's when I realized I wasn't just scared of him or the secret. I was scared of change. And scared of being alone. I told him, "I need time. I need to figure this out." He nodded. Take all the time you need. After he left that night, I sat alone, thinking. I wanted advice. I wanted help. Because sometimes, doing what's right isn't clear. Sometimes, you have to choose between protecting yourself and protecting the life you built. And sometimes, it's okay not to have all the answers yet. Thanks for listening to my story. What would you do if you were in my shoes? How would you have handled it? Because I still need answers and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to hear more real-life stories just like this one. I'll see you in the next one.